Hello, I'm Justin. He is Antonio. ReZero Season 2, Episode 1 came out yesterday. Antonio was very excited to watch Season 2 because he had seen Season 1. And I was very excited to watch Season 2 because I hadn't watched Season 1. And I have lots of questions. So this will be Justin's Q&A with Antonio to try to find out what the fuck was going on. So I wrote this down in the order of appearance in the episode. I wrote these questions down. Why was there a caravan full of sleeping children? Is Subaru and Amelia secretly child abductors?
Mm, well,
Because it was pretty creepy, all things considered.
what was going on is in the previous season, they were trying to evacuate the village from a bunch of crazy people trying to kill them.
Okay.
So that's why the children are there.
Okay. That's it.
Well, the thing is also, there's also ties in with other events. So the children are actually, here's the thing. So back in earlier of the first season, one thing that Subaru did was is that he had an arc where he actually saved those same children from the village. And another thing,
Are the children even important?
well, they were important to events of past.
That's like one of the first characters that you see in the show.
The show,
I thought there was like an importance to. I thought the children
it,
were actually kind of important,
the thing is that
but they
this
don't appear in the rest of the
this
episode, as
whole
far as I can
episode
tell.
is very poorly made.
Okay.
I didn't think they took liberties
Okay.
for the presentation in the beginning.
So for whatever reason, because there were children at the end of season 1, there are now children in the beginning of season 2, even though they have nothing to do with the entire episode.
Oh yeah, they had nothing to do with this episode.
All right. But basically, what had happened was that they were kidnapped, or they were in a murder cave last season, the end of last season.
Well, they were kidnapped
Okay.
and they were saved by Subaru.
Okay. Okay. That works out for me. So it's not creepy. It's not
No.
disturbing. You're not
Well,
supposed to be disturbed by
I
the
mean,
scene
besides
of
that,
sleeping children on the floor
besides
of a.
that little girl.
Yes. Well, that is disturbing. There's a very, very large age difference between her and Subaru, as I noted.
Well, the reason why she likes Subaru is because I think, if I remember correctly, Subaru saved her.
Well, everyone likes Subaru, is my understanding of the show. So, question number 2. So I know who Amelia and Subaru are vaguely, but from my understanding, Amelia doesn't give a shit about Subaru. So what the hell is Subaru and Amelia's relationship?
I would like to. I'm gonna sorry, but I'm gonna answer your question with one question.
Okay.
What makes you think she doesn't care about Subaru?
Well, that's honestly how you described her to me. Because I thought the entire time that whenever we would talk about ReZero, I thought it would just be like Amelia is someone who doesn't really have that many emotions to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I thought, so then Subaru confesses to Amelia, and then Amelia, who was someone who was fairly emotionless in the first place, she was like, I don't fucking care. Who cares?
Well,
I have magic shit to do, Subaru. I don't have time
thing
to.
is, she did that in the very nicest way possible.
Okay. But yeah, I thought that she was like a rather prim and proper person. I thought she was a largely professional
Well,
person.
well, the thing is that in the beginning of the series, she did he did it. He helped her out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But so she
Well,
does.
well, this actually kind of segs into my next question. Why does Amelia give a shit that Subaru's in love with her in the first place? But why does she give a shit that he's in love with her?
Why does
Because
she give a shit?
you also told me that he confessed to her before. Okay, so there was a scene. I'm asking this precisely because there was a scene where Subaru is just like, well, Rem's in love with me, and she's in love with me the way I'm in love with you. And then you see that she actually has like a reaction on her face. But my understanding was that she never gave a shit to begin with. So I was just like, why does she care? I thought that was really confusing. I thought she would just give like a blank expression, be like, I don't really give a shit. That
Well,
sounds
what she
cool,
said
bro.
was along the lines of, "I thank you for saving me."
Okay.
That's what she said in the that was like one of the that's the like one of the last scenes of the first season.
Okay. In the beginning of this season, Subaru brings it back.
Subaru basically reminds us that he said that, and now he's saying that what Rem did.
Okay.
She cares about how Subaru feels,
Okay.
and she because she's agreeable. She's an
Okay.
agreeable doll who likes the people. She wants the people around her to be at least somewhat content.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
reason why when we get down to it is,
So she's really not an emotionless person. That was my understanding
well,
of
I
her.
would say that her emotions as a character are not properly developed. So that's what when
Okay.
I called her emotionless, that's what I was alluding to.
Okay. And then the next question I had, which is question 4, what was that giant carcass that they were moving? That would be like they would
So
put emphasis on that, but that was like barely in a frame.
so one of the issues is that it assumes you just watched
Okay.
what the previous season, and it also assumes that you didn't.
Okay.
That's why this
I
episode was kind of all over the fucking
well, I
place.
made that assumption that because of you mentioned the kids, right? So what was that giant white
So
carcass
that
thing?
white carcass was the giant white whale, who's a
Okay.
flying whale in the plains and kills people, kills armies. It's been doing that for 400 years.
What? And they just got rid of it.
Yeah, because it was in the way of Subaru getting to where he needed to go.
What?
Well,
Okay, but what are they gonna do with the corpse? Are they gonna eat it or
it's
use
more
it for
like a
magic or
trophy.
something? It's just a trophy
I mean, I don't know what
of
the
this
fuck they're
thing
gonna
that
do with it.
isn't that a little gaudy to be honest? It's just like this thing that has killed things for
Well,
years and years and
I mean,
years. We are now going to put it on our wall.
well, I mean, what are they gonna do with it after they kill a
They should
giant
just leave
flying whale?
it. They just leave it there. Just worry about it some other time.
Well, the thing is, they should worry about it some other time because right now everyone is fucking exhausted and hurt, and they
Yeah,
need
and they
medical
have to
attention.
carry this giant whale thing. Yeah,
Maybe they want
like
to bring it to the capital to make a
you,
present for
you would
someone.
be you would be like, all right, Amelia, Subaru, Rem, you did a great job. You
Well,
killed this whale that was
maybe.
haunting our ancestors, or like 400 generations of our ancestors,
Well,
right?
the whale
You
is
guys go
also kind
home.
of a big deal, though.
We're going to bring like a bunch of like laborers from the castle. They'll come by like in half a day to pick up the whale carcass. So we'll do whatever we want with it. It's just like no, like immediately after the end of the first season, they get the whale carcass. They had the equipment to bring it with them too, which is kind of strange. But anyway, all right, I have my answer. But question 5, why was there a caravan with a potential king, like a future king to be, that was completely unprotected?
Who's the future king?
It was that woman. I think her name's Krush. Krush.
Okay, so she's not a future king.
Well, that's what she said.
Well, because she's an arrogant prick.
Did she? Well, really?
Yes.
I did not get that impression at all from the.
Well,
I thought
here's
for
a
the
little
most. I
detail that
thought
you don't
that.
know.
What the fuck? I thought that she was, for the most part, watching the episode, that she was a calm, level-headed person because of the way that she
Well,
spoke
she's
and
still a prick.
acted.
So, here's the deal. There are
Does she
five.
really have literally no chance to be the king, or
Here's what I mean. There
okay,
are five candidates for the king.
okay,
She is one of them.
okay?
And so when she says, I'm going to be king, she's like, she assumes that.
Is
Because
she like is she like the Nancy Pelosi? far as like succession goes, like she's like
Oh, no, no,
third
no, 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 no,
in line to be
no.
president,
There's
right? If
no, there's no king.
okay, there is no king.
I don't think there was.
There
That's not
is no
that's
king.
not important. The important part is that there are 5 candidates for king,
Yes.
and they need to pick one. I think there's a vote for one.
Okay, so it's like a no. Wait, how do you vote for a king?
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
What?
So point is, she believes that she'll be the next king,
Wait. So it's a democracy, but there's a
but
king.
she's gonna know when she become king. Fuck democracy.
That doesn't make any sense. Is it like a king, like a lifetime appointment?
I think it is.
You would think that being a king, you would just abolish votes for the rest of your life. Like that's like that's exactly what happened in the Roman Empire, right? First it was a democracy, and then it
Yeah,
became an emperorship because the first emperor decided to get rid of voting. Except for the Senate, there's still the Senate. Okay. Anyway, so she's basically like an electoral candidate. She is a candidate. She doesn't have any formal rank, doesn't have a formal title.
yeah, but that's an honored candidate.
Okay, but she doesn't have a formal title. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense then. Because I thought it was very strange that the caravan, there was nobody at the
Well,
caravan.
she was actually in the battle, directing
Okay,
her armies to fight the whale, and so she was just there.
okay. So the next question is, why were Rem, Subaru, and Amelia in separate caravans? It was very
Rem
confusing to me.
and Crush, after they fought the whale, they were returning, I think, to the capital
Okay.
to rest, and Subaru and his another party, with whatever party he was with, went to the Amelia estate where she's at. I don't know if it's
Okay.
her. I think it's someone else. Okay, they went to her estate to save her from the monsters trying to kill her and the villagers.
And that's the setting that they are for the rest of the episode, right? Amelia's estate.
Well, I think what happened is after they won that fight, they killed the monsters, and now I think they're returning back to the
That's the location for
capital.
the rest of the episode, right? Amelia,
Well,
because they're in some castle.
yeah. I think they went back to the capital. Yes, I think they did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
So
right, I'm getting
what happened
confused.
is they were on the way back to the capital because they beat the battle and they're going back and they would meet up at the capital,
Okay.
but they didn't because she's dead because fuck this.
Okay.
Yeah, get
Okay.
fucked.
So but why did Rem specifically go to the? I guess I well okay. Well, my understanding from you also is that Rem is like, she's very, she's for some reason she's trying to push the Subaru Amelia ship train, even though she's in love with Subaru. So I guess that makes sense because I was like, why did she willingly want to separate from Subaru? But I guess that makes sense.
I think she had. I think Subaru asked her to take a rest or something like that. I think that's what happened.
Okay.
Subaru
Uh.
also had was being helped by knights that can use magic,
Okay.
so he was in good hands.
Well, he clearly wasn't. But
No, he wasn't.
wait. But we'll get there. But question 7: well, why did the cultists attack the caravan? What did they have to gain?
So they said that. Well, the thing is, that's actually kind of contrived because
That was a huge question I had the whole episode too.
because there's no fucking reason. They
Yeah,
what happened is that
from my understanding,
they
yeah,
after they attacked the whale, they came up and they said, "You attacked our whale, we're gonna attack you." It's like, wait,
that was their whale.
oh, well, that was the gluttony's whale, I think.
Okay, so there was okay. So that actually pairs up with a question that I had specific. I had another question too, but I said, did the gluttony guy aim to steal Rem's memories specifically? Why her though? Who cares about Rem? But I guess it was just a random
Well,
attack.
yeah, it was an attack. It was just random. She
So
was the
it
one.
wasn't
Yeah,
even it wasn't even specific to Rem. She just wanted to attack somebody.
he just wanted to attack somebody.
Okay, but how come it was only shown that Rem had her memories stolen? Why did no one else like? They would have been like, woman, night lady. Oh my god, I don't remember your name, or like background character number two. You know, this is like I don't remember your
Because we
name
don't,
either
because we only care about Rem.
because Rem is the okay.
Okay.
All right, so okay. Uh, the next question I had is why is Subaru Rem's hero? That was very confusing to me. There was a lot of things that were confusing to me, but like why specifically Subaru? Because from my understanding, from what you said, Subaru is incompetent.
So
But then Rem believes that Subaru is the only hero
I
that
think
she.
that's a bit. I don't know. I think she's kind of delusional.
Okay,
So here's what happened. And one of the I think it
he
was
was
the
about to
second.
kill himself.
What?
He was about to kill himself this episode,
Well, hang on. There's
which
a
was
lot
I
of
guess
problem.
the most.
That whole him trying to kill himself is a whole shitload of shit to unpackage. That's a lot of fucking problems. So okay, so why is Subaru Rim so Rem is kind of delusional, which is kind of stupid. So here's what I mean. What happened? The second arc of ReZero is where Rem fell in love with Subaru,
Okay,
and I can actually see, I can kind of like they didn't handle that whole progression perfectly. There was a lot of issues, but that's
okay,
actually one of my favorite. I think that's my favorite arc of this series. Actually, there's
okay,
some merit into that. It's because it does a lot of interesting things.
okay.
Now,
But I'm not worried about. I'm not concerned about any of them.
yeah, not yet or not at all. But let me
Until,
say. So what happens is that Subaru, because even though he is incompetent
okay.
as a fighter and as a magic user, he's just a normal
He has
person.
the passion.
No, 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 no.
Not even that.
Look, conveniently, for the plot, of course, conveniently, he became a much more clever person than he was indicated,
Okay.
and he used his cleverness and deduction
Is
skills to save the children.
is this cleverness related at all to like him being from another world or like
No, 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 no. It's just
it's just him being clever?
it's just fluid intelligence granted for the character for convenient of the plot.
They couldn't find another character who was just as smart as Subaru, but who also lived in that world.
Well, Subaru has a special power that you saw.
Well, he can re. I know that he can reborn himself,
Well,
as far as
actually,
I
that's
can
not
tell.
true.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what I'm saying is when you saw him do that, that's breaking the lore, I think.
Well, okay, that's another question that I
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
But
what I'm
but
saying is,
Subaru.
I'm gonna tell you Subaru's power.
Okay,
Subaru's power is that when he dies,
he's a Gary
he
Sue.
respawns at a
No, okay,
checkpoint, at a previous checkpoint.
okay.
It's like a video game.
In time, right?
Yes, in
Time and
time,
time and space. Okay.
in time,
No, I
yeah, in
know that
space.
he has that power. I know that premise,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, but I didn't know that he could kill himself.
Well, that's okay. That's another question. But
Yeah,
let
yeah.
me
So we'll
let
save
me
it for
let
that
me get
question.
through the battle scene. But
So
you answered my question,
so
which is Subaru's a smart
so
guy.
Subaru, with that power, Subaru used that to
All right,
save the villagers, save Rem, save his sister, and then Rem fell in love with him.
I have a
Because
very important question now.
what up?
That's very important to me and is very important to you. But is Rem a unicorn? Is Rem a unicorn?
No, she's a demon.
Okay, that's why she has a horn
Yes.
on her forehead. Okay, okay. The next question: does magic give you super speed?
Oh,
Because the guy was doing physical things with magic.
oh, which
Like he
guy?
was super fast because the gluttony guy.
Oh, I
So,
don't, I don't know fucking clue why he's that fast.
okay, so we don't know if he's biologically very fast or if he uses magic to be
No, I have
fast. Can
no
you use
fucking clue.
magic to? You just have no clue. Okay,
I,
that's fine.
I really don't know. I mean,
I was wondering if the show did this showed this before or
no.
something, but
Oh, well, Rim can be very fast with her ball and chain, but I think that's because of anime powers. It's nothing.
because of anime
Yeah,
power.
anime powers.
Okay. So next question I have is, were the cultists terrible at killing people, or did they intentionally leave a good number of people alive? because a lot of them apparently there was a number of them that were alive, even though they did a
Plot.
giant explosion. Plot. Okay.
I mean, plot. So, like, do you know why they're doing what they're doing?
Because I mean, it was very clear that in that field, everyone was lying on the ground as if they were in incredible amount of pain or dead. Right? They weren't moving. It was just REM the entire time. But then when you go to the estate, right? They're clearly alive. Like they're breathing. So I don't know. But is it because it's to sanitize it for PG-13?
This isn't PG-13. I don't think this anime is PG-13. This anime is rated mature, Justin.
Really?
No, this anime is not for, should not be for kids. Should not be.
So why? But yeah, but so okay. So you said that it was plot for the reasons why
Oh yeah.
the cult was some
It's
people
just I
alive.
don't know why they would leave them alive because they're fucking stupid or something.
Okay. Next question. How did they get all the injured people to the castle?
But were some of them alive?
Yeah. Some of them were definitely alive.
Well, they would have to sin. They would have to sin for help. I guess they just overlooked that. They would have. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a messenger pigeon or something.
I was wondering about that because it's just like it appears that what the witches did was that they went there, and then they just fucked shit up, and then they left, which I thought was a very strange thing to do. Um,
Wait. Well,
yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know why they're doing this.
All right, don't worry about it then. If you don't have an immediate answer, that's fine.
I mean, besides
Um,
you saw their meeting at the
yeah,
table. You know why they're doing it. The cults.
yeah. But so that's fine. You know, I don't. That question's resolved.
Okay.
And you actually answered my question 14, which was where the hell was the caravan going in the first place?
Okay.
Now I know where they were going. They were
Yeah,
going
they're
back to
going
the capital.
to capital. Yes.
So number 15 is how come Rem didn't get a white blanket to lay on? Because in that giant field outside of the estate, they put a bunch of the injured people on blankets, but they didn't put
forgot to
Rem on a
animate it.
blanket. They forgot to draw a white blanket. Because I thought it was like Rem is so important. Apparently, like she was the only one who survived the giant explosion. You think that she put a blanket underneath
I
her,
think
right?
that's a safe assumption. They forgot to animate it.
Okay. Number 16. Why did Subaru remember Rem? That's probably going to be explained later on the
Um,
plot, I'm assuming.
because of okay. What else?
And the next question was, and if Rem's name was taken, Amelia was still able to say Rem at the end of the episode, so people can just call her Rem. So they didn't really take
So-
her name. They just took the memories that people had of her.
Well, okay. So the reason why Subaru can remember her is because of the witch Satella.
Okay.
This her curse on him somehow protects him from that for whatever reason. Rem's name, basically, she was erased from people's memories of her ever existing. So they don't know who she is.
Okay.
Which is, that mechanic is really dumb, really contrived, fucking dumb. There's so many fucking problems with that mechanic. Yeah, you know. Okay.
Okay, so that's okay. And if Rem's name was taken, Amelia was still able to say Rem at the end of the episode, so people can just call her Rem again. So her name really wasn't stolen. She could still just be called Rem.
I think that's just a plot hole.
Okay.
Well,
they did take her memory. They took people's memories away from her, but you can still call her Rem. Like you didn't really take her name away.
I think the mechanic was, if they take then gluttony can eat your memories and your name, then people will forget you completely. But
Okay.
if gluttony just eats your memories, then you're still there.
But he ate both. He definitely ate both.
Yeah, he ate both.
Okay. It's not like the Spirit Away situation where it's like you can't call Sen Shihiro, right? Because of magic.
You
can still call Rem Rem. Subaru calls Rem Rem.
That's more clever.
All right, I'm just gonna say it'll probably be revealed later on in the series or something.
It's this power was. Oh, I have something to say about that power.
Well, okay. Well, this actually transitions well into number 17, because the question I had was, is there a clear visual representation when Subaru dies, like animated wise, right? Because I don't know if he died 0 or 1 times in the episode. Because that's where I got confused.
Wait.
Because
So you don't
when
know if he died more than
I don't
once?
know if he died that episode. I got confused because when he pointed that dagger to his throat, right? I
Yeah.
didn't know if he actually went through with it or
No, he
whether
did
he was. How do you know that?
because he respawned back at the
See,
caravan.
I didn't know if that was a respawn or if that was like if that was a flashback to what
No,
happened in
no,
the
that's a
caravan.
respawn
Okay, how do you know that?
because
So how do we know if it's a flashback or if
a
it's a
flashback.
respawn? I thought he can't respawn anytime he wants to though.
Well, that's the thing. That's the mechanic that I wanted. That's a bit iffy.
And is it
That's
the
when I
case
said this
that
breaks lots of rules.
and so can we confirm now that Amelia does not remember Subaru saying that Rem is in love with him? So now Amelia
Yes.
doesn't know that anymore.
No, she doesn't know that anymore.
Okay. Who knows? Maybe she will know in the next few episodes. I don't know. I just don't know. There's no visual representation of when he died or not.
Well, he did die because the
There
transition
were,
scene
okay.
had a blackout that is
That is a okay.
indicative.
So that's indicative. Okay, so when I have to look for a blackout in order to know when he dies
Yeah.
or
It's
not.
like a
Okay,
transition. Yeah,
perfect. That works for me then.
yeah.
Okay, the next question I have, question 18 is, so what is this alliance and why was it so fragile? It didn't seem much had happened in episode 1, besides that the caravan got randomly attacked. Like, the cultists were always after Amelia, so nothing really changed.
So wait. So nothing really. The cultists were always after Amelia.
That was my assumption, yeah.
Yes. I don't know if they knew that. I think this is I think finding out the cultists are after Amelia is what all the parties just learned. Because this is the here's the thing. In the second arc, or in the third arc, sorry, the third arc of the show. There's only really 3 arcs of the first season. Um, Subaru managed to negotiate that agreement, and that agreement that he needed to have that agreement to fight the whale and get past it to save Amelia. I do not think that he or they knew that the witches cult were trying to kill her. So that's a new bit of information introduced recently in that story's timeline.
Okay.
And yeah, so the thing is, there's an agreement. The reason why the agreement exists is basically to honor what happened before in the plot. What I mean is that because of Subaru's powers, he failed a lot. So after failing a lot, he decided to try negotiating, and then the negotiations were successful.
Okay.
And that's the alliance.
Okay.
So that's how he was able to somehow get their armies to attack the whale.
Through an alliance.
Through an alliance, yes, with the candidates.
Wait a minute. So wait, I'm processing all of this. I'm confused.
What's
The
the
alliance the alliance was strong enough to fight a giant whale. That
because
was
Crush and other candidates that were on the alliance sent their armies to attack the whale. They have
yeah.
armies. Amelia doesn't have
They
an army.
okay. Wait. They have armies? You would
Yes.
think that they would fight each other all the time.
Well, I guess they're
Because
trying to not to do that.
power tends to centralize.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, anyway.
So
But regardless of that, they have armies, but they got like wiped out by like
Yeah, it wasn't
two.
a really great idea.
I thought that was very strange. Yeah, that's really.
Yeah, that is very strange.
So this whale that was hanging around for 400 years killing people, and
Yes.
nobody had the presence of mind to say, "Hey, we have all of this manpower. How about we go stop the whale?" And they're just like,
Well,
"Yeah, let's do
well,
that."
the
But
whale.
then they didn't. They
Here's the
didn't have
funny
it. But they
thing.
didn't have enough a bit power to stop the witches for some
No, the
reason.
witches are very powerful.
So they're even more powerful than the whale
Hmm.
by 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 degrees, right?
Yes.
By okay. So clearly, the is she a dog girl or what is she? Is she what is she a dog
No,
girl
it's a
or
he.
he?
It's a
He
trap.
he. So he's a dog man, but he has like dog ears.
Yes. Or
Okay,
cat ears or
so
something.
Cat Man, he said, "Let's. I want to get rid of the alliance because I don't get anything out of it." And so he was right. He was absolutely right.
Yeah.
That was the most logical thing for him to
The,
do.
the, the thing is
It's
that
like this thing was killing people for 400 years, and then now you have these things which are like nukes basically. These witches are like way
the
worse
thing
than the
is
thing that was
the thing is
killing people for
I'm
400
not
years.
necessarily like here's my workaround with this. It's like I don't necessarily remember the specific details of their negotiation, but I really it was that negotiation was so contrived in the first
Okay.
place because the plot needs Subaru to get a grip, and
Well, Subaru can't get a grip because you can't predict wacky cultists who can wipe out entire armies.
what I'm saying is that I think Subaru somehow convinced them to do this, and then once they finally did it, it turns out it was a bad deal. So when Fearless says he wants to
Well,
leave
no,
the deal,
it was a very good deal, all things considered, because none of the candidates had any power to themselves to stop that whale, that
it's true.
murder whale, right? And the murder whale, I assume, is hindering the economy and is generally making life depressing and terrible,
Oh,
right?
it's worse than that too,
Okay,
actually.
so there you go. So it makes perfect sense to consolidate power. See, that's why power tends to centralize,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you concentrate power, you defeat the Gauls or whatever. I love Roman history. You
yeah.
defeat the Gauls or whatever, and then you subdue them. They don't bother you anymore. You get their stuff, you get their shit, and tribute and shit like
Well,
that,
they
and everything
probably,
works out.
yeah.
So it's like yeah, it's so the alliance was a great idea. It's just that there were these overpowered cultist
Come out of
things
nowhere.
come out of nowhere that was way more powerful than a whale.
Yeah, I don't think they had. I don't think they knew. I think his argument is that we didn't know about the cultists.
Okay. We didn't know about the cultists.
I mean,
How could
neither
you
did.
know? Did no one know anything about the
Well,
cultists or
they knew the cultists exist. They just didn't know that they would try to kill Amelia.
okay, but they weren't trying to kill Amelia. They were trying to kill Rem
Well,
or some random people.
yeah, I don't know why they're doing that.
Did they say, "Hey, we're only doing this to you because of Amelia"?
They
They didn't say that,
well,
right?
it is believed that they're interfering with the election to
Why
kill.
why would they believe that? You feel like the anime should have had like a Joker type note where it's just like,
Well,
if you still hang out with Amelia, we
here's the
will
thing.
fuck up your
If
shit.
I remember correctly, uh, Subaru in the previous season was fighting one of the cultists, and his name was Beetlejuice, and I think that intention was made clear
Okay.
because in that struggle in his past respawns, he actually was successful and did kill Amelia.
Okay. But that's the thing though. It's like, aren't the cultists like a general threat though? Like, where are they? Are they
Well,
located in the mountains
I
somewhere?
no, they're like underground. You don't know where
They're like underground. Okay.
they are. Underground, as in,
And
they're hidden among normal
do they
people.
mostly leave people alone?
Well, I guess for up until this point, yes, they
Up
have.
until this point, they have. Up until they have. Okay. So yeah, it makes complete logical sense for a cat person to rethink this whole thing.
Yes, Master got really fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. Anyway, that answered that question. But the next question I had is, who the fuck is the old butler guy, and why does he care about the Alliance?
Well, wait, I wonder which faction
I
does
thought
he
this would
belong to.
I thought this would be an easy answer for you. That's crazy.
I'm trying to remember what faction he belongs to.
For whatever reason, I thought he was Amelia's butler. I don't know
No,
why I
no,
thought that.
I don't know. I don't know. He's not.
Okay,
That's actually Rem.
that's Rem's butler.
No. Rem is the head butler
Oh,
at
okay.
the Amelia where she lives, her estate. Well, it's not her estate; it's someone else's estate. Like Amelia lives with the Lord. I think he might be a baron,
Okay.
and she is like Rem is the head butler of that estate.
Okay. But who is this? Who is this old
I'm trying
guy?
to find out who is he. Okay, so he is Crush's one of the what's his fucking job? He's a former knight. I
Okay.
guess he's like a butler knight.
So who gives a shit about what he says? He clearly has
Well,
a
he's part of the
partiality.
faction.
Yeah.
He's part of Crush's faction. So he disagrees
He
with
disagrees because he's
Felis.
biased.
How's he? Well, I mean, no, he's part of Crush's faction. Like
Because crushes with the Alliance, I'm assuming.
yeah, Crush is with the
So
alliance,
why
but
is he talking?
he is loyal to Crush,
Yeah.
and he thinks Crush should keep the alliance.
Yeah.
And I think that's because the old Crush would want to keep. He thinks the old Crush would want to keep the alliance.
Yeah.
Because the old Crush is
Well,
very stubborn.
Crush is clearly friends with Rem. So yeah, and Rem is pro Alliance. So
Well,
his opinion is useless because he.
just the contestant of being in the alliance was just brought up this episode.
Okay.
So it's like a lot of people. Yeah, so it's like there's no faction. It's just Felis versus everyone else.
I don't know. It's like your hype man saying that he's like he supports you. It's like he's your hype man. Like that's his job. His job is to support you. His job is to support the endeavors that you undertake. So who the fuck cares about his opinion? He's not gonna look at this in a logical
Well, think
way,
about this.
in a compromising way. Anyway, I have my answers. It's fine.
Okay. I was about to, okay.
So then the last question I had is this is probably a very easy answer for you because this is a reprise of an earlier question I had before. But why is Amelia caressing Subaru at the end? Again, I thought they had a largely professional relationship.
Well, because
That was very weird.
Because Subaru is a self-insert. The author self-insert.
Like no, there has to be a reason. No, wait, I don't tolerate that. There has to be a reason.
I know. I gave you a bullshit answer.
Okay. But even I've seen that even you're struggling to give an answer to that.
No, I'm struggling to give you this one. This is really hard. I'm trying to remember.
What is it like?
I guess it's because they're very good friends.
What? No. That's a terrible reason why. Friends don't do that.
No, lovers do that, not friends. You're right.
Because I don't know. I feel like the way that she was doing it was specifically. I don't want to say erotic necessarily, but it was definitely an intimate way. Well, unless there's magic going on, right? Unless there's weird magic going on.
No, she's just giving him a hug because he's crying.
But he's not even giving him a hug. She's moving her hands and her shoulders, from what I remember. And she's rubbing her chin on his head.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really weird. I was like, wait, I thought they were coworkers.
Well, no, they're good friends.
Well, no, that's not how friendship works.
You're right.
I have female friends.
You're right.
We keep a distance from each other.
I think she knows that Subaru has saved her life.
What?
She knows that.
What?
I mean, Subaru has saved her life multiple times.
Okay.
And
are you sure they're not lovers?
Well, I think that's what
maybe they are.
No, they're not.
Okay.
So
Well, maybe there's like mind control going on.
here's another detail that I have to tell you.
Okay.
It's part of their relationship. Actually, it's actually a little bit interesting
Okay.
because you brought up that like they're just close friends, but they can still do this. So here's the thing: Subaru the part of the curse is that he can't tell anyone his power,
Okay,
or
that
else
makes sense.
he'll die.
I was wondering about that.
Or actually he'll die, or she'll die too because she's
Okay.
connected to Satella. So he cannot tell her his his
Magic
power.
powers,
And
yeah.
then he was trying to, at least at one point, and he got really frustrated. And then she tried to hug him to calm him down. And so she has done that repeatedly.
Because he's such a man child.
Yeah, he's insufferable.
And for some reason they all tolerate this man child.
Yeah, that's really it's really like it's like he has a terrible attitude.
I feel okay. I
He's so
think okay.
self-righteous. He's such a
Now
force.
now that I've gotten all the questions I have out of the way, I feel like I can make the very astute conclusion that I will have many more questions about ReZero as the series goes along. I thought after this session, there will be less questions, right? I only have more questions now, but I guess I will have to wait for
Well, I do
the
have
episode
one
2.
thing I need to say.
Go ahead.
So I asked you a question earlier, and that question
Yes.
was, well, I mean, before we started, I sent you, I want a little a preparatory prompt,
Yeah.
and that
Antonio
was,
takes these videos seriously. Antonio's a professional, man.
so I asked you, what do you do if you want to plagiarize for your story, but you don't want to get caught?
I remember this.
So if I want to if I want to plagiarize, but because I don't want to be creative or something, and I don't want to get caught. I really don't want to get caught plagiarizing someone else's work. That would be really bad. What do I do?
Um, change the names, change the setting a little bit, and then change the plot a little bit. You only
Yeah,
need to do it by degrees, essentially.
yeah. But here's what I thought: plagiarize yourself.
So are you saying that the creator of ReZero plagiarized himself?
So I'm gonna tell you something, Justin.
Okay.
One of the white whale's power
Okay.
is that
Okay.
one of the reasons why it's so feared.
I have no idea what Antonio's going to say,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really
yeah.
excited.
One of the reasons why the white whale was so feared and traumatized so many people, and probably prompted them to bring the carcass back,
What the fuck are you going to say?
is that one of the white whale's superpowers is it releases a mist,
Okay.
and if you get
Okay.
caught in that mist,
Okay.
history forgets you existed.
Oh my.
And during one of Subaru's
What?
yes, during one of Subaru's respawns in his previous
Okay.
lives,
Okay.
Rem got erased from history.
Okay.
And so after the events of that timeline, he went to the Amelia estate and talked to Amelia, talked to Ram, talked to
Get the
people,
fuck out of here.
and they all didn't know
Wait.
Rem was a real person.
Wait, no. But this has, but it, wait. But this happened in the beginning of season 2, so it has to be like a season-long arc, right? Restoring Rem's memories from each other. That has to be a season-long arc. That can't just be a one-off like the
Well,
whale. No.
they did this very fucking thing in season 1.
No. They're doing something different this time, where it's like like this time, like we have to do
Yet,
a thing
do we
to
need another
because
25 fucking episodes to do what was accomplished in 2
well,
episodes?
yeah, but this is Damn, I don't have any excuse. The whale farted so hard on Rem that
Yes.
she was farted out of existence.
Yes.
That's essentially what happened.
Yes.
It took my brain a while to process that.
Yes.
It's kind of like the fuck it. I was just make a stupid joke.
When all said and done, I really am invested in the second season.
I personally am strapped onto this roller coaster of death with this madman, but I also kind of want to see how the second season turns out too. So anyway, that is our Q&A session with Justin and Antonio for ReZero Season 2 Episode 1. Thanks, guys.